Good morning, Instagram. It's Jo Pigden from Teachers Support Teachers, Facebook group support network, and Teacher Support Teachers on Instagram. I was just thinking today about the actual structure and makeup of schools and what it was originally designed for. And it was designed for unity. Like any organization is a body, the school also functions as a body. So I was thinking mainly about the setup that each teacher is a vital organ, like the body has organs. And like the body can get sick with various diseases and various infections and ailments, I was considering the fact that this is true also for schools and any body or group or organization of people. And I was thinking about the importance of the head or the heads and a strong leadership that is compassionate and understanding and able to communicate well. And I was thinking about the principal or the leadership team, whether it be 3 principals or 2, basically you have the left and right side of the brain, which processes and makes the decisions, but also nurtures and supplies the body with all that it needs. And then you have the nervous system, which can often be the daily coordinator or organizer or whoever schedules and communicates with staff. And they are often incredibly in touch with the needs of the body and are the first point of call. And this can be often the vice principal in Australia. And then I was thinking about the fact that we have lungs, and these are often the people who bring fresh air or fresh new things into the body and supply oxygen. And then I went to the heart. So often people who strength-based teaching, we see many people who are able to supply the nutrients, the heart of the school, that pumps the defense systems, that empowers people to have courage and to face the challenges. Often I would say that these are more the networkers and the creative solution thinkers, but the people who often will speak up about what needs to be supplied to where. And then I was thinking, so essentially what I'm saying is that like our human bodies need to be nurtured and need to be strengthened and exercised and need to learn how to walk together as one, and work together as one. We need to be able to appreciate the differences and the similarities of basically that we all are vital. We are vital organs as teachers and teaching teams, whether it be on a small scale or a large scale. And what I would like to see, and what I have seen in the most passionate and flourishing and thriving school settings and education settings, is where strength-based teaching, strength-based leadership, strength-based finding the gold in your people that's unique to that person. Because we know that the buck stops with teachers. We know that teachers are the one thing, quality teaching and the happiness and well-being of teachers is what makes the difference in education for students and for the school. And what is necessary is when there is an infection, like I mentioned at the start, when there's an infection in the body, say if you have an infection in the kidneys, and what are the kidneys for? They are for salt, they are for supporting the immune system, for purifying the body, getting basically the things that we don't need out of the body. And that type of gifting is incredibly important. It stops infection. And I'm not a doctor, but I'm sure a doctor would say to you that if your kidneys aren't working properly, it affects the whole body. Now, at times, unfortunately, we've seen when there's been an infection or an attack on a particular teacher or group of teachers, or subject versus subject as important or play subjects or not important, this has incredible impact on the health of the students, but more importantly, the health of the teachers and the actual life or death situation of the school surviving and succeeding in the community in providing a future for the next generation. And what we need to see, what we need to have happen is that, like the human body runs to the aid and sends all of its immune system to fight for those vital organs, we also need to fight for that teaching team, that teacher, whatever that may be. And that's not just the principals. Yes, the brain is able to send messages and to help, but it is also the little individuals, right from students to parents to every person in that school, to work as one body and to fight for the next generation, and that is fighting for teachers and their value in education. And it's getting rid of the cancer of disunity and teacher sabotage. It's getting rid of teacher doubt, the myth of the leukemia that stops protecting teachers, which is this myth of good teacher, bad teacher, of putting people in a box and eliminating hope, and being basically hypocrites when it comes to lifelong learning, where we invest in that in students, but we don't, where we secretly judge or openly judge teachers as bad because they are different. So, for example, with this kidney infection example, what if the lung said, "I don't need your kidneys because you don't supply fresh, new, amazing air and oxygen and resources to the school. You're a bit out of date. All you do is criticize. All you do is get rid of all the toxic things, and all you do is purify and refine and master things for the body." Where would the body be? So that's the thought for today. And I just want to say that you matter. Every single teacher, you matter. And you deserve to be honoured. Principals, we are so grateful for you. Teachers, educators, teachers' aid, everyone who helps with this generation and the generations to come, you're the lifeblood. You're the hope of the future. And you change lives every day. And I encourage all of us to see the good and the value that that person brings. They may be different, but they're vital. So blessings, and may you prosper in all your endeavours. Bye.